Hi, I'm Jenny from the Arlington Public Library. Welcome to Stepping Stones to Early Literacy, the library's program to help you help your child be ready to learn how to read. Did you know that playing, singing, and talking, as well as reading and writing, help young children to develop early literacy skills? Early literacy is everything that young children know about reading and writing before they learn how to read and write themselves. And you can work on these skills together. Today, I'm going to show you ways to invite your child's active participation when you read aloud together. You can make reading aloud with your child an engaging and interactive experience by talking about what's going on in the illustrations, encouraging your child to join in on repeating refrains, or filling in the word of an ending line in a rhyming book. You might want to ask your child to make a prediction about what's going to happen next in the book. You can ask open-ended questions about the action and give your child time to reflect and answer. By doing this, you're giving your child time to process what you've read aloud together. Sharing books with young children introduces them to new vocabulary and helps them to understand the world around them. Choose a variety of books. Here's a book that I like. It has lots of big, colorful pictures, a simple plot, rhyme, repetition, opportunities to make predictions, and to make fun animal noises. Let's look at some ways we might choose to share a book like this with a young child. You can start with the cover. You might want to ask, what do you think this book is going to be about? 99.9% of children seeing this cover are going to say, a tiger. You might follow up with, you think? Let's see what it's called. Here's the title, Tiny Little Fly. Do you see a tiny little fly anywhere? You're right. There he is. By pointing to words occasionally, you're drawing your child's attention to the fact that you're not just telling a story by looking at the pictures. These little hieroglyphics actually have meaning, and you are reading them. This helps orient your child towards print. There are lots of ways to make books engaging for children. Be creative. In this book, for example, you might choose to ask your child if he can trace the flight path of the fly with his finger. A fun way to practice eye-hand coordination. In this book, Tiny Little Fly meets a variety of animals, but he doesn't meet them face to face. We always see just a part of the animal, which gives your child lots of opportunity to make predictions about which animal he's actually seeing. Look at those huge legs. They're massive. And what's this? Looks like that's right, its tail. Looks ropey with a tassel on the end. What kind of animal do you think that could be? You think so? Let's see if there are any clues on the next page. You're right, it is elephant. What's that? Elephant's trunk. If your child is familiar with the concept of rhyming, you might invite your child to fill in the rhyming word at the end of a line. Tiny little fly sees great big toes. Tiny little fly sits on elephants' nose. That's right. If your child likes a book, you can expect to read it again and again. And the 30th or 40th reading is going to be different than the first reading. Every reading is going to be different. Eventually, your child will be able to join in on the repeating refrains. Great big elephant winks one eye, says to himself, I'm gonna catch that fly. Great big hippo winks one eye, says to himself, I'm gonna catch that fly. Great big tiger winks one eye, says to himself, I'm gonna catch that fly. Or you can have fun making the sounds that the animals make throughout the book as they try to catch the fly. Elephant goes tramp, crush, tramp, tramp, crush, tramp. You might want to ask questions like this. It looks like nobody can catch that fly. How do you think those animals must be feeling? Mad? Sad? Frustrated? Take your cues from your child. If your child is delightedly poring over the details of the illustrations, then allow time for that. But if your child is clamoring to get to the next page to see what happens next, then don't interrupt the narrative flow with digressions. The important thing is that you have fun. When you have fun reading aloud together with your child, you're bonding and building the foundation for a love of books and reading. Children who are introduced to the joys of reading through being read aloud to are more likely to want to learn how to read aloud themselves. The collections of the Arlington Public Library offer many great books for you to share with your child. Check out the library's ebooks and audiobooks for kids at library.arlingtonva.us. Happy reading!